Good afternoon, guys. Hello again. My name is Milena and welcome to Green Forest webinar. Today we're going to continue our conversation about the modal verbs. You remember we started last week and we discovered that there are so many functions of the modal verbs, and our main rule is to first identify what we want to say, identify the function, and then find out which equivalent, modal equivalent, must be used to express what we want. Today, I want to talk to you about very interesting function, the function of deduction. What happens if you don't really know what something is or what happened in reality? Today, we're going to discover everything about that. My beautiful assistant Olga will help me today, and we will begin sharing our presentation with you right now. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in chat, and I will answer all your questions by the end of our presentation. Let's begin. Okay, guys, just a moment. The sound is back. I hope you can hear me. Good. So, modals of deduction. Let's begin. Guys, look at this bag. What is this? What is inside? When you know for a fact, you just say, this is a bag and there is money inside. I'm sure, I know it. But what happens if you don't know? Modal verbs can help you. And today, guys, we will discover what modal verbs can help you. If you are sure 100% it is money, but again, I repeat, you don't know for a fact. You are sure, you are certain, you need to use a modal verb must. It must be money. What else? If you are 100% sure it is not money, it is just impossible. But again, I repeat, you don't know for a fact. You say, it can't be money. You must be joking. Again, 100% sure it is something, you use modal verb must. When you are 100% sure it is not something, it is impossible, you say it can't. To express the possibility when you are not really sure, but you suppose, you can use the following modal verbs: may, might, or could. It means, I think this is possibly money, but I don't know exactly. I'm not sure. It may be money, it might be money, or it could be money. May, might, or could, guys. What to use in each situation? We need to remember that in this function, there is practically no difference between them. To express present or future possibility of something, you can equally use all of them. And all of them will mean it is possible that it is, or it is possible that it will be. For example, it is possible that it will rain tomorrow. It might rain tomorrow. It may rain tomorrow, or it could rain tomorrow. All of them are equal. Please be attentive, guys. Be careful with the modal verb can. There is a temptation to use a modal verb can to express future possibility. But this verb doesn't work for specific present or future possibility. It works only for general possibility. For example, In our country, it can rain a lot in autumn. It's a general possibility, but we don't talk about the possibility of rain today or tomorrow, specific possibility. Please remember. Okay, guys, now your job is to complete these sentences so that they have the same meaning as the original. You need to use modal verbs of deduction about present and future. Must, may, might or could, or can't. Please again remember, when you are 100% sure it is like that, you use must. When you are 100% sure it is not like that, you use can't. And when you are not sure, 50-50, you use may, might, or could. Let's move on. I'm back to the studio, guys. Now we will make a little sound check just to make sure that you can hear me properly. Good. The sound works. Okay, we're back to our presentation. Excuse us for a small technical pause. Let's move on, guys. Yes, guys, I'm sure that all of you got the correct answers. Let's move on. Let's now have a look at the past, guys, because previously we analyzed the present situation, what is inside the bag. But it's very common for people, especially for detectives, to investigate different situations, crimes, etc. There are so many mysteries in our life. For example, my computer disappeared. It's a fact of my past, but I want to know what happened. So we need to answer questions such as what happened, what it was, who did it, was it a crime or not? When you know for a fact, of course, you just say, it was my colleague and she took my computer. But if I don't know for a fact, what happens? Again, guys, different modal verbs can help us. but this time they look a little bit special. I don't know, but I'm 100% sure it was like this. It must have been. I don't know, but I'm 100% sure it was not like this. It can't have been. In some cases also, guys, it couldn't have been. In this function, both modal verbs can't have been and couldn't have been have similar functions and can be used equally. The structure must have been, can't have been looks a little bit strange, but in reality it's not so unfamiliar to you. I hope you remember the third conditional. And you remember that in the result part, in the reason part of the third conditional, you have seen this structure before. If I had had more money, I would have been more successful, I could have become a doctor, and so on. So that is again the same structure, which is called past modal or perfect modal. Let's study some examples, guys. I can't find my wallet. I lost it yesterday. You must have left it at work. Where else? I have finished the book. No way. You couldn't have read the book so fast. I don't believe you. I saw him at the cinema yesterday. I don't believe you. You can't have seen him at the cinema. He went to the USA last week. Let's now choose the best explanation for each situation, A or B. Okay, guys, I hope you managed to get this information correctly and choose the correct explanation for each situation. And we continue again with some situations. Okay, you have read different options. Now let's choose the correct ones. So the first one, B, of course, it was just impossible for exam to be difficult. The exam can't have been very difficult. The police knew every detail. Of course, they must have done some wiretapping. How else? Christy did the opposite of what I asked her to do. Why? Of course, she can't have understood what I said. And number 4. When I got home last evening, I found my door smashed. Someone must have broken in. I don't know for a fact, but I'm sure it was like this. Let's move on, guys. What happens when you think it was possible, but you are not exactly sure? I don't know, but I think it was possible. It could have been, it might have been, or it may have been. Again, to express this function, all the modal verbs express more or less the same. They are interchangeable. They all mean that you are not really sure, but you think it was possible. Please remember, guys, if you want to say that it's possible it was not like that, use this structure. It will look very nice. Might not have been. For example, she might not have heard me because she didn't do what I asked to do. Let's study some examples. Who was at the door? It could have been a postman, but I'm not sure. Why didn't we check our home task? The teacher might have forgotten about it or may have forgotten about it, but I don't know. I have called him 3 times and no result. Well, don't worry. He might not have heard the phone. It means it is possible that he didn't hear it. Now, guys, we will need to rephrase some sentences using may have done, might have done, or could have done to express some possibilities of different past events. Okay, guys, I'm back to the studio. And I hope you managed to get all the answers correctly. Actually, as you can see, may, might, and could have done are almost the same. So here I just suggested some answers, but if you used not could have been lying, for example, but might have been lying or may have been lying, it's not a problem. All of them are interchangeable in this case, and you may have different variants. Now, Now, guys, we continue. Again, we need to use the correct past modal. Let's study this picture. Someone forgot to lock the front door last night. Well, it can't have been me. I definitely remember locking it, so it must have been someone who came home after me. I will project you a little bit more pictures with some dialects, and you will need to use the correct past modal. Some verbs, some key verbs that might be used will be projected above the picture. Okay, guys, I'm back to the studio. I hope you managed to get all the dialects correct. I will give you a comment on the last one. Here we can have different options. Look, can't have read. It means it was just impossible for her to read. Couldn't have read has the same function. It was just impossible for her to read. Or we can use our modal verb might not have read. It is possible that she didn't have time or possibility to read it, but I don't know for a fact. Let's move on. And again, the most plausible, the obvious answer is must have had an argument, because I remember hearing shouting last night. Good. And now, guys, to conclude our lesson, your job is to paraphrase the sentences not using modal verbs. In your sentences, please use expressions such as it is possible and I'm sure. Please be attentive to the tense of event. Are you sure? it is possible that it is like that or it will happen like that? Or are you sure it was like that? For example, she must be in Spain now. She must have done well on the test. She might come this evening. David may invite Jessica to the match. Jack might have gone to France. Jane could be at work. Peter could have arrived late. You can't be serious. They can't have worked until late. So, I'm sure that she is in Spain now. But I don't know for a fact. Let's try the next one. And yes, I'm sure she did well on the test, but I'm not sure exactly what happened during the test. Yes, it is possible that she will come this evening. The next one. It is possible that he will invite Jessica to the match. It is possible that Jack went to France, but we don't know what happened to him. It is possible that she is at work. It is possible that he arrived late. And yes, I'm sure you are not serious. I'm sure they didn't work until late. Well, guys, that's it. I will be back to the studio in a moment. I'm back, guys. I hope this information was useful for you and you managed to uncover and discover a little bit more details about the modal verbs. Please be attentive in using them. Now you operate all the instruments, all the tools to express your ideas, your logical assumptions about different things that you don't know for a fact. If you have any questions, I will gladly answer them. No, Olga says that there are no questions, which means the presentation was clear and understandable for you. I hope to see you again soon and study English.